Hello, everybody. This is Evan, founder and CEO of Jenta, and today we are going to look at the evolution of a pretty common phishing scam that targets business owners specifically. So, if you are a business owner that has ever ran an ad on Facebook before, you may or may not be familiar with the fact that there is a page transparency section on your Facebook business page. And what this section does is it allows people to click on it and see if you're just running any ads or not, when the page was created, the names that the page has had, things of that nature. Well, if you're a hacker, what you can do is go ahead and search businesses, see if they're running ads, and then if they are, you have the first part of social engineering done. Now you have some heartstrings to pull on. So what we're going to do is look at the concept that these hackers have put together, the little nuance change that they've made. We're also going to take a peek at some of the clues to understand that this is a phishing email that we've received and not anything legitimate that we need to be worried about. We let this email pass through 8 hours ago. As you can see, the date is March 3rd, 2023. And let's go ahead and read this email here. So you can see it says it's from Meta Ads. Hello, Jenta. Some of the content on your page violates our terms and conditions. The Meta copyright policy must be followed by ads. Please fill out and send the following form if you believe this is incorrect. If you don't contact us within the next 24 hours, we will have to close your account. And then, of course, there is the link right here, which it has facebook.com and the URL. So first and foremost, before we evaluate this link and look at a few things, we want to be able to understand exactly how to look at these emails with a critical eye to be able to just kind of decide if the email is legitimate or not, right? So it says it's from Meta Ads, but the first thing that you always want to do is check the email that this is coming from. So this is coming from a Salesforce email, right? Most likely they've just set up a Salesforce account. If that's even the case, this is probably not a legitimate Salesforce domain name at all. But regardless, what they can do is use whatever platform that they want to use, blast out a couple of emails, and the easiest way to be able to tell if this is legitimate or not is to look who this is coming from. Facebook is not going to be using a URL that looks like this to send anything out, and they're damn sure not going to be using a Salesforce Salesforce account to blast their emails out. It'll be coming from some rendition of a legitimate Facebook domain name, and you can actually find that information publicly as well if you're ever confused about that. So that's suspicion number one. Beyond that, we can see the formatting of this is just not quite right. There's no spacing right here. There's some spacing right there, and along with that, the language used in here is not very indicative of a corporation that's trying to get in contact with somebody about closing something as dramatic as a business account, especially an ad account. Remember, Facebook ads makes an unbelievable amount of their revenue, so they're going to take this a little bit more seriously, and sending out, wrongly formatted emails is definitely something that should raise your suspicion. Now, the evolution of that lies right here. So in previous phishing scams of this exact format, what people did previously is they would put the link right here to the actual, made up web page that would actually phish your information. So the whole goal is to get you to click on a link. That link will take you somewhere that looks like a Facebook website, Facebook sign up page, whatever is relevant to the email itself, and then they would use that, social engineering to gather your information. Well, that's not what's going on here. What they're doing now is linking a legitimate Facebook post, and we'll see this in a second. This is a real Facebook post and a real Facebook link, and then they're laying that ill link, the link they're using to phish, inside of the post itself. So in terms of social engineering, this does add a little bit of legitimacy to the email, because you see www.facebook.com, you see a URL that you recognize or a domain name that you recognize versus something obscure. So we're going to click on this and check it out. Keep in mind, this is for educational purposes only. Do not click on links that you think are suspicious. Really don't click on anything at all. Talk to your IT team or security team for your OPSEC and exactly what you're supposed to do. But don't take an example from this. But let's check it out, okay? So we're going to go ahead and click on this thing here and see where it takes us. As you can see, it takes us to a Facebook page here. And then if we read this, your page has been scheduled for review after violating Facebook terms. If we don't hear from you within 24 hours, your Facebook page will be automatically unpublished. Repeated violations can lead to your page being deleted. Learn more about this policy. If you believe your account was reported by mistake, submit an appeal by visiting your support inbox below. And then here we are, by some guy named Donald F. Regards, Media Operations Team Facebook, with a fictitious case number. So this is where the magic happens. They've nested this nasty link inside of a legitimate post. So the first thing that you see is at facebook.com. Hey, this thing might look legitimate. You're a business owner. You obviously do not want to lose one of your methods of advertising, sometimes your only method of advertising. So the social engineering there is not bad. But let's take a look and see exactly what's going on here. Let's go ahead and just copy this specific link, and then we're going to throw it in VirusTotal and scan this bad boy to see if anybody has flagged it yet. And they have. It looks like SEC Lookup has flagged this, maybe along with somebody else. It says there's two. I believe that this will continue to go up over time. Like I said, we just received this email 8 hours ago, but you can see that this is tagged as a phishing scam. Along with that, we can actually copy the actual link address that this redirects to, and then we can throw this in here. Paste that, go to the top, and you can see, https l.facebook.com. So remember, the whole idea in phishing scams is to try to manipulate the domain name just a little bit so it gets past a quick look. And let's go ahead and try to scan this. Won't be surprised if nothing turns up here. All right, nothing reported on quite yet. Let's throw this in a browser and see what we get. Paste, and then here we go, deceptive site ahead. So as you can see, it is that easy. It is that nuanced. If you do receive an email that looks like this, and we'll go ahead and go back and peek at the email, just be careful. Try to use as much suspicion as you can. Any email that comes into your company's inbox is a potential security flaw. And, an antivirus, unless you have a browser that may pick up on it, just like I showed you there, most of the times these things are not going to be picked up on, especially if they're early, and especially if you don't have anything in place to be able to flag these things. So, phishing is the most common way that people with extreme amount of security get penetrated. It's just not. It's something that is very, very hard to control, because the bigger the company is, the more chances there are, the more bodies you have that have to have, be on the same page about operational security. And it can and it does get messy. So again, this is recorded on March 3rd, 2023. We have seen a few articles update within the last week or two about this little nuanced change that they've made. But if you haven't had a chance to see those, hopefully see this video. If you get an email that looks like this, stay calm, evaluate it, look at it, hit up your IT team. If you don't have an IT team yet and you would like to work with us, please shoot us an email at info@jentatech.com. And if this is your first time coming to the channel, go ahead and like and subscribe, and we will be back with more content. Thank you.